Welcome back to MCIHAD.
Shouldn't the entire map of this game be extremely short, given that you're starting to go uphill now?
Yeah, no kidding.
Wait, maybe this is all the Great Western Railway.
Oh.
Get it?
So we're killing
Boy.
Native Americans and Republicans, I guess.
What makes you think? What makes you think they're Native Americans? What are you insane?
Well,
maybe they are the migrant Chinese workers who know that you're just gonna shit can them as soon as this section's done.
So right now, I think we're in
they're
Florida.
The Japanese allies.
Because there's a bunch of flamingos that we just went by that I was able to shoot at.
Or again, if it is Venus.
Yes, the flamingos of the redwood forest.
Yeah.
The fucking the rules on Venus are different, Nick. You know, the real Nazis on Earth had allies that were non-Aryan. So what makes you think the Venusian ones would be any different?
I don't know. I don't know how shit works out there.
Yeah, we haven't.
This
are you talking
hypothetical scenario?
Are you talking about Germany
Oh, look, it's
or
totem poles
Venus?
again. Nick, you're in this game again.
I'm making a cameo. Oh no, these are stone.
Yeah,
Well,
that's not what happens to an angry man.
Yeah,
I'm only cold, unfeeling stone in spirit, not in
Kyle,
body.
when you shoot the fucking poles down and the wings get in the way, you're actually harming yourself.
I know. Do you think I didn't try to make myself hurt on purpose?
He's trying to stop this madness.
Oh
Well.
God!
Holy shit!
Where the fuck are we supposed to be?
And that was just a regular sized. That's awesome. That was a regular sized bear trying to ply honey out of this enormous hive, where it certainly would have been chewed apart by now.
Well, maybe it takes place in Japan after all. This is some weird Nazi forward base on a Japanese island.
Yeah, we
With
Is
the
that how
regular
big their
Japanese-sized
Japanese
wasps.
hornet nests get?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've seen them. You've
Yeah,
seen
why
them,
not?
bitches.
The size of a Volvo. I mean, they are huge themselves and scary as hell.
Well,
So
all I can say is you guys really missed out during your childhoods. You didn't see the episode where Thomas and Percy got stung by man-sized wasps. They have they switch camera angles so that they both have the shocked expression with their eyes spinning around. And, steam shooting out everywhere.
one of them starts getting extremely red and seems to have breathing trouble.
I think that was the first episode George Carlin narrated. He's
Oh,
like,
shit.
That's when Thomas went into anaphylactic shock. Hold on, Thomas, said Percy.
Yeah,
Al, get your EpiPen.
he's pushing down the rail, but there's less and less steam coming out of the stack, or smoke coming out of the stack, and that's the equivalent of his throat has swollen shut.
Well, if they're actual, I mean, they have mouths and they speak, so they must have larynxes, right? So I guess maybe if that sealed shut, it wouldn't be a big problem. Because they'd still have their tinderbox lit up, as long as the pilot light doesn't go out, right?
I don't pretend to know very much about
Train anatomy.
sentient train physiology.
Yeah.
We need
But
Mad Cox
I'm just-
back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just making a little bit of an analogy there. I'm trying to make parallels wherever I think they could be.
And I'm trying to seriously suss out the consequences of a live talking train going to anaphylactic shock. I don't see what's so hard to understand about this. Do you think this is the least constructive I've ever been?
Oh fuck, we're totally dead now, right?
We are
no.
we are at logical antipodes.
I don't know what a jewelry store has to do with this, but sure.
This fucking
Whoa.
has to be rocket powered minecart of some kind. Like there's the fact that
Now
we're
Kyle's talking about late 1990s Nickelodeon cartoons. Where will it end?
oh
Got
We
it.
started off this episode where Keith was making okay jokes. That
Really? I
part
don't remember
is
that part.
Do you-
now
okay,
over.
when you mean by okay, do you mean like he was making jokes that were tolerable or like they were? Because like I don't know.
Or
if
jokes
at le-
about
at-
that German film about war rape.
tolerable to middlingly good.
Oh, okay. You mean the quality of the joke, not the content of the joke.
That's the same.
Oh, obviously. That's always been a solid F grade. A stone cold
F-grade
little nephew
jokes.
at history class.
F grade jokes courtesy of Trouble Planet.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're back at that same fucking train that knocked you off the rails in the beginning.
Oh wait.
Prison grade jokes.
I guess Well, we're pretty close to the end of the game, but should we just
Yeah,
stop
let's
it here?
just keep going.
finish
Just
it
finish
up.
it.
Okay,
Just
let's do
finish
it.
it,
Finish
Kyle.
it.
Just finish it. God.
Okay.
Let's finish this train of thought
Leaving
for once.
people with this horrible train-based cock tease of an episode.
Oh,
Can't do that.
shit. It's part of the Let's Go series. That makes sense.
Is it?
Sure.
Let's go jungle.
Let's go Aryan Nation. Let's go
Oh,
Third
no.
Reich.
That's better than what I had in mind, and by better I mean considerably worse.
Like more so, like acceptably said, spoken aloud. Is that what you meant?
Yeah, I mean
No.
it's like we just covered F-grade content, but of middlingly decent quality.
Right.
That, unfit for consumption by humans. You know, this is a show for animals.
Okay, I gotta ask a
You should
question.
show this to your livestock. That's the target audience. If anyone ever asks, you know, have you been watching this show this whole time and you're a person, I hate to break it to you, but this is basically the equivalent of making a lunch at a cat kibble. You know, it's like Friskies.
I gotta ask like a question that's kind of like related to this game of what's actually happening. Were the Nazis especially known for like giant, crazy like war machines like this? Because like Japan,
Yes.
they were.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Or at least not necessarily in production, but in theory.
Okay.
There are all sorts of books about
They
like
made the Bismarck,
the
you
dipshit
fug.
plane designs that they had, and yeah, they did have that huge rail cannon. It was a massive shell, massive gun that was mounted on train rails because when it fired, it had to roll backward.
Kyle, whose technology do you think built Space Mountain?
Well, I
all
just have to
seriousness.
ask because like every time like there's like a like a stand-in for like these are Nazis in a game of some kind.
Well, Kyle, because they're not going to put a fucking murder camp in a video game.
well, because
yet.
like okay, like for instance, so it's like every time Japan makes one, it's like these are Nazis, but it's not Nazis. But get it, they're Nazis. They always like you inevitably have to fight some kind of giant train thing like this.
Well, yeah, you want to focus on the more whimsical elements of their ideology and not so much like Keith said.
Okay, yeah, I see.
And it's harder
Like,
to
there
have,
was-
like you can't design a game where the end is going to be you have to destroy the socioeconomic conditions that led to the rise of authoritarianism after the Great Depression. It's harder
Yeah,
to
that-
represent that in video game.
Yeah, that one's only fun to the kind of people who like, Civ games.
Yeah,
Sid Meier on that shit. No,
Ah.
this game calls for a
they
giant
did
train.
have
Oh shit.
they did have a plane design that it looked like, like a Bugs Bunny sort of rocket design, except it had propellers on the top that were, I think, themselves like rocket powered, and was
Total beefage,
supposed to
bro.
just it was supposed to be like a VTOL. It would lift straight up and I guess level out at some point. So
I think Zach
Yeah, they
Parsons
had some
actually has a
wacky
whole book.
designs.
He wrote a whole book about Nazi weirdo technology that they didn't make, but
Huh.
it's called My Tank Is
Oh, yeah.
Fight. It sounds like
Yeah.
your kind of cup of tea, Nick.
Stop the Nazis.
yeah,
guys.
I've seen a little bit. Congratulations, you beat a train.
Well,
Congratulations. Now the Nazis won't have the island of Sodor under their control. The Battle of Britain is won.
Yeah, do you think this is supposed to be a metaphor, given that a minecart defeated a train?
Alternate
is it
history.
supposed to mean something?
What if the Nazis invaded Thomas's branch line? What if Annie and Clarabelle became fascist?
Is this supposed to be like a John Henry kind of story?
I don't know. Now we're going to Ladyland. Wait,
What?
it just fell off. Oh, okay.
Oh, good thing
Damn
Tails
it,
is
I
there.
was really hoping your final reward was flying off a cliff because you weren't paying attention to what you're doing.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, not that, what was he gonna do? Stop it? I don't think that thing has handbrake.
I mean,
Obviously not, since it rolled 40 miles.
Well, that was the longest anyone's traveled on nothing but kinetic energy. That's amazing. You solved the
A
climate
machine
crisis.
gun-powered Rube Goldberg machine.
yeah, no kidding.
Well, I mean, I personally was expecting to just cancel in the first 30 seconds when we realized how bad it was. But, so technically you're right. Technically you're right.
Technically right is the best kind of right, so join us next time on Mom, Can I Have Another $1?
Yeah!